Old Testament, we had to pay for the sins that we did. New Testament, we accept Jesus' payment and we are forgiven. Your past, present, and future sins. Now, the sevenfold blessings of the new covenant are these: heaven, angels, church, God, souls in heaven, Jesus, and forgiveness. Do you like that idea? If you do, say yes. Let me reteach it this way. The old covenant, God was in the back. He was in the Holy of Holies in the temple. And the priest was here, or Moses was here, and you're the congregation. You couldn't go to the Holy of Holies because you were unclean. I got to go there because God sanctified me and called me there. I go back and talk to God and tell him what you said, and then I come back and talk to you and tell you what God said. It looks like this. This was in its final day before it was destroyed, the temple that was in Jerusalem had a 90-foot high curtain. And this would be the sanctuary, and this would be the Holy of Holies, 90 feet high, 6 inches thick. And back there was the mercy seat, the Ark of the Covenant, and once a year the high priest went back there and sprinkled the lamb's blood on the gold mercy seat. And the way it used to work in the Old Testament is when that happened, the glory of God filled the place. It lit up with Shekinah glory, smoke billowed out, and people knew, yay, God accepts our offerings. But the people quit being faithful. It was just become religion, so God quit showing up. But the priest still went back there every year on the atonement day. The priest would go back and he would do what God would told him to do. And sometimes he was there for a little while. And what was Elizabeth, Zechariah, John the Baptist, he saw an angel while he was back here. But you didn't see any of that because, see, God and I are back here and you're out there. I'll come out and tell you what the Lord tells you to do. That's the old covenant. Don't go back there. You die. Unless you're in the choir. The new covenant. Most unusual thing happened on the day Jesus was crucified. It's written about in Mark chapter 15, I think it is, verse 37. It says, "Then Jesus uttered a loud cry and breathed his last. And the curtain in the sanctuary of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. When the Roman officers who stood there facing him saw that he had died, he exclaimed, 'This man truly was the Son of God.'" The new covenant began on the day of the crucifixion. This thing is 90 feet tall. It's 6 inches thick. It didn't tear. And yet on the day Jesus was crucified, the Bible says it tore from top to bottom. All right? And however it was torn, that was it. It wasn't anything. You don't climb a ladder and say, let's just have some fun. There couldn't have been vandalism from the bottom to the top. Yes, what the Bible says from the top to the bottom. It was God saying through Jesus Christ, now you have access to the holiest of holy places. You get to go in to the holy place because of what Jesus Christ did for you. That's the good news.